Hi everybody, and welcome to Sit and Knit for a Bit Christmas Countdown.
With Arne and Carlos.
And we are, as always, your hosts, Arne and Carlos. And in December, we bring you a short podcast every single day, hopefully to put you in the Christmas mood, in the Christmas spirit, and maybe to put a smile on your face.
Yeah.
That's
nice.
It is, yes.
Yeah.
So before we start, let's get over the formalities.
Yeah, we have to do the formalities.
This podcast is supported by Prym. Check out the link in the description below for more information.
And Prym Ergonomics, welcome to the future of knitting.
Definitely the future of knitting. I mean, Prym, they've changed the shape of the needle and they're fantastic.
Yeah.
I really love the needles.
It's actually very good, like when you knit like we do, when you pick from the fingers, because sometimes you actually hurt your finger if you use really sharp needles. But this one is really good because it's the ball tip. But I can't knit and talk at the same time.
No, I've just put my knitting down because I want to focus on you guys. I don't want to just sit there and knit and start counting, and it's kind of like, oh, I forgot to increase or something like that. It's better to just put it down.
I just cast it on and made a few stitches the first day, and I just leave it on the table because I have more knitting in the other in another room. But because I can't knit and talk at the same time.
Yeah, no, it's difficult. Anyway, it is a knit along, regardless. Every day from December 1st until December 24th, we are going to be revealing a new Christmas ball from our Advent calendar. And those of you who have been knitting along with us are probably very surprised, or if you're not, please act surprised like this. Right? When we reveal the ball. And it is a lot of fun. We also have a contest that we'll tell you about towards the end of the podcast. And if you haven't had the chance to join us, or if you didn't know about this, if you're new and just tuning in, all you need to do is go to arnecarlos.com and select the shop, and you can get the Advent calendar there so that you can join us in this knitting adventure that is Christmas. Yeah. And we're here in the Arne Carlos Christmas HQ, and from this place every day we will be bringing you new stories, new traditions,
and new balls.
Exactly, because as I said, and this is going to be the say of today, you can't have too many balls, can you? No.
You have a say every day.
Well, I try.
You're good.
And we've got a big Christmas tree to fill, and so far there's only 2 Christmas balls on it. Yeah. And our job now is to fill it in day by day.
And Henry is very, what you call that? Cuddly today. He really wants to be cuddled. But he should be careful because you know what day it is tomorrow.
Oh yeah, and he's a poodle.
And he's a poodle. He has to be careful.
So what day is it tomorrow?
Because today it's the day when, from old tradition, that was the day when they carded and they span. They made all the wool.
So that's yarn. Tomorrow?
That's tomorrow. So today you should actually cut your sheep and prepare it for tomorrow. So
today is the deadline to shear your sheep.
Yeah.
If you want to spin and do all your
because
little preparations
tomorrow you should do carding and spinning and do all the stuff. So you have to cut the sheep today. And he should be careful because you can actually use the wool. Well,
you know that Helmer is our long-term guest. It's not our dog. He has been here since August 28th, and we do have a groomer's appointment with him for December 15th. So he will be groomed or sheared or whatever you want to call it then, not today.
But we should keep the fur, the wool.
Yeah, and we could card it and do something fun.
I did that when I was younger. I was younger once. Because
that was a long time ago.
Long time ago, but the person...
No, you're eternally young.
I'm eternally
Everybody
young.
knows that.
Yeah, I know. But a person gave me a bag of black poodle hair.
Okay, yeah. I remember you telling me that.
And I mixed it with sheep wool. Yeah. So I carded like wool, white wool and black wool. And I span it like on this hand thing, and it came out when you touch it. It's almost felt like cotton or very soft.
Nice.
So we should take care of the fur.
I should think that you'd have to mix it with a little bit of wool because I think that maybe the poodle hair is kind of like alpaca. It's more hair,
and
it's a flat fiber.
Slippery.
And it's slippery, right? So it needs a little bit of that wool airiness and lightness so that it works. But yeah, absolutely. I can see that yarn being quite shiny and beautiful.
Yeah. You should get a bag of black sheep wool, and then you should make something.
Yeah.
Because this is a big dog.
Oh yeah,
There's enough hair for like a kilo of yarn.
Yeah.
At least. Or
We should
maybe
ask
more.
Eivind, our friend at Hillesvåg, to spin us some
Yeah.
poodle hair yarn.
You can send it in the post.
Yeah.
But we can do it.
Yeah, we could absolutely
In
do
January
it.
we can do it.
Yeah.
Not now.
No,
but in
no.
January.
So Arne, there's a lot of things going on in terms of Christmas preparations. If you follow your calendar, like the Norwegian calendar, it means that you're shearing your sheep today, you're spinning your wool tomorrow, and then I suppose from that wool you make your Christmas gifts.
I think that's a nice thing because I heard once that like the nicest gift you can give is actually something you make yourself, because then you
Yeah.
know that person who made the gift was thinking about you in the process of making it.
And
so
I ha-
that's actually the best gift you can
And I have a nice story for you.
Mm.
I'm sure you will remember this, but I'm going to tell you anyway. And I'm going to share this with my my dear friends out in the
in the
YouTube world, and they're also your friends. It's a personal story. I don't tell too many of those, but I'm going to tell you this story because it is actually a very sweet story. So the first Christmas I celebrated with your parents was a long, long time ago. It was in 2002.
Yeah.
And I was a little bit nervous. It was actually with your parents. It was you and me. It was your brother and his family, and that was it. And it was our first Christmas together, and I was quite nervous. And we've gotten gifts for the kids, obviously, because we gave the kids gifts, and then a little something for your brother and his then partner, and then we got a little gift for your parents, which I think I brought some flowers as well or something. And it was very sweet because when we were unwrapping Christmas gifts, your mother came and gave me a little hand wrapped gift, and I opened the gift, and she had knitted me a pair of socks. And she had also given you a pair of socks, and she knitted one for your brother and one for his partner and one for all their kids.
That's a nice gift.
And it made me feel so welcome, and it was a very, very lovely Christmas.
I think when you're younger, you don't appreciate these things because then you want to have like electronic toys or I don't know what you want to, because I can't remember. It's a long time ago I was a kid.
Yeah. How about the other day when you wanted to keep the shoe box for the shoes more than the shoes? You're always a kid.
You can wrap a shoebox for me for Christmas and I'll be happy.
Yeah, you're like Peter Pan. You never want to grow up.
No, but like kids, they don't appreciate these things. But I think when you get older, then you really appreciate having a pair of socks. And if you don't get them anymore, maybe when that person is gone, who give you the socks, then you really appreciate.
Yeah, and I mean, in your mother's case, she actually made a pair of socks with her own bare hands. Yeah. And while she was knitting those, she was thinking of me. She was thinking that she wanted me to feel welcome in the family, and she wanted it to be a lovely Christmas, and she wanted to show me that she loved me just as much as she loved everybody else in the family, which I think is a lovely thing.
And I keep all these socks. I repair them, and sometimes they're so worn out, so I have to change a lot of the stuff. But I keep them. I think it's nice.
Yeah, recently we did an episode. It was in the kind of in the middle of November. We did an episode about that. How Arne wants to repurpose his what we call the sentimental stuff that has been gifted to him or made by your mother.
Yeah, I have a lot of sentimental socks.
Yeah.
But talking about socks.
Yeah, because what I was thinking...
Socks for Christmas.
Yeah, and I was also thinking this. So today is December 3rd. So there's 21 days until Christmas if you're Scandinavian. Because in Scandinavia, we celebrate Christmas Eve, not Christmas Day. If you are from other parts of the world, you actually have an extra day. And it wouldn't take too long to make a pair of socks for somebody.
You can
as
do
a Christmas gift.
A ball each day, and then you can spend like maybe 3 days on the pair of socks.
Yeah. And socks are...
3 days of sock knitting and then one ball on top of it.
Mm-hmm. So that sounds
You
good.
see?
And, yeah, and now that we're doing all the carding and the preparing, well, not us personally,
But we could have done it.
but we know that probably people around Norway who celebrate Christmas the old-fashioned way, they might be really busy right now.
You think? No, I don't think people do that anymore.
You don't think so?
No.
Well, I want to
It's
keep...
a nice picture. Just
Yeah,
forget what I said.
I want to keep
Yeah.
this romantic notion that the Norwegians are very traditional, and right now they're baking all their goods and they're making their spinning and their carding and their knitting and all of that. But yeah, I mean, if you have time to knit a pair of socks or a pair of slippers for someone and think about them and think good thoughts while you're doing that, I think that gift could be very appreciated.
Yeah.
So do we have examples?
I found these socks. These are Christmas socks that we made.
These are slippers, actually.
No, sorry, slippers. My English. These are Christmas slippers.
Yeah.
With the package, like the Christmas tree, the Christmas package. No, Christmas gift is
Yes.
called. So
They're really nice. They've been knitted. Double, and then they've been felted. These are the hottest things you will ever own. And actually, it's too bad I'm seeing these right now, because remember what happened to me this morning while we were walking the dogs?
yeah, we walked the dogs and we were jumping over a stream, and you.
Well, I miscalculated because I saw something in the middle of the stream that I thought was a branch or something, and I thought I'd just put my foot there and then jump, because I was a little bit concerned it was slippery, and due to COVID I have still issues, and one of the issues I have is a little problem with my balance. So what I did was I put my foot at what I thought was a rock with some branches on top, and my foot went right down in the water and I got very wet. And then when I got over to the other side of the stream, we had a long way home, and I thought I was gonna freeze my foot and it would be amputated, because I always think the worst, don't I?
That's so dramatic.
I know.
It's like, it wasn't that cold.
No.
But then I had those shoes with fur inside.
Yeah, Arne has these shoes that are like, they actually look like this.
Look like this, but there's like
sheepskin or fur inside.
So, and I had woolen socks on top of it.
So he offered me to take off my sock and put my bare foot in one of his shoes.
And then I put my dry foot in his wet shoe.
And you were okay?
It was wet.
Yeah.
But it wasn't so cold. I think
No.
it was colder for you because you were just in the water. For me, it wasn't so cold.
Yeah.
And you needed something more.
I did, yeah. And I should have actually put this on the moment I got in.
So
the problem with these...
we bring this when we walk.
Yeah, maybe, yeah. But the problem with these is that they're so hot, and we have our geothermal heating coming from the lake, and all our floors are heated. So with the heated floors, when you put these on, it takes about 20 minutes, and then you start sweating because your feet are so hot. And then I'm afraid I may faint. So... so it's still not a win-win for me.
You're so worried about things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But anyway, they do make great Christmas gifts. So if you have the chance to, and you want to make something homemade, do a pair of slippers or do a pair of socks. Do we have a pair here to show?
We have these Regia socks. I can wrap this for you for Christmas.
Yeah, but those are already
I
mine.
had a gift for you already.
Yeah. We have another story about that
You're
for
not
another
getting
day.
the socks this year.
No.
But it's a nice gift and it's very quick.
Yeah.
So
do you think a lot of sheep will be sheared today, or is it just a
no,
myth?
that was like in the old days, I think. But it's nice to
But there's a lot of sheep in this
know
country.
these things. Yeah, there's sheep everywhere.
Yeah.
Like if you go in the summer by a car, if you're from another country, a lot of people find that really strange because there are sheep lying in the roads everywhere. So you have to be very careful. Like
Very
if you come
careful.
around this curve and there's like the road is full of sheep.
And
So-
if you actually crash with a sheep or run it over, and if you leave, it's a crime. So that you know, if you're a tourist in Norway, you're driving around and a sheep runs into your car, do not leave the scene, because that is just as if you.
But
would have,
normally they have like a mark on the ears.
Yeah,
so
but it's-
you can see.
But if you
So you
run
have to
over a
call them.
sheep and you leave,
Yeah,
it's a
call
hit
the
and
owner.
run.
Yeah.
You will get in trouble with the authorities here. Animal welfare in Norway is very, very strict, and also the sheep is probably owned by someone, or
Of
not
course,
probably, it's owned by someone.
So,
But yeah, sheep are very lovely creatures. So
and why are we talking about sheep?
because we wanted to dedicate a Christmas ball
To the sheep.
to the sheep, all the sheep that are sheared and all the sheep that we see in Norway throughout the summer. They lend us or they give us wool so that we can knit and make lovely things like stockings and socks and slippers, sweaters and Christmas balls.
Yeah.
So
shall we reveal the ball for today?
Sure.
Yeah. So today we have a ball with 4 sheep. And they look a little bit like hearts, so that's also nice. And with bling bling.
And the name
Glitter.
and the name of this Christmas ball is Mutton, Mutton, because I think that is a prettier name for sheep than sheep.
Is it?
Mutton, yeah.
Mutton.
Or mouton in French.
Mouton.
Yeah. Very chic.
Very
So
chic.
the Christmas ball of the day is mutton. We hope you enjoyed the stories, and we hope you enjoyed the ball, knitting the ball as well, if you've done it. And if you haven't knit the ball yet, I do have to say this is a lot of fun knitting, because you start with the little feet, they're so cute, and then it just grows and grows. Suddenly you're knitting a heart, and then the face.
And then the face.
It's a fun ball to knit, shouldn't take you a very long time to do. And Arne, I see that you've already started blinging it up.
I'm starting.
Pimp your balls.
Yeah, I'm going to pimp all the balls.
Yeah.
But I have been cheating. I'm not finished yet.
No,
But
this
I
one
just
is. But it's
want
nice.
to
I love the
see
little
how they look.
Swarovskis
Yeah.
on the ball. Wow, yeah, very, very nice.
And remember, we have this competition, so we have a bag full of goodies for you. So if you post your picture, we will pick 2 winners.
Yes, so there's a knit along as well. If you want to join us for the knit along, what we want you to do is post the images of your calendar balls on Instagram, hashtag ARNE CARLOS, hashtag sit and knit for a bit. In January, we are going to select our favorite balls, 2 photos, 1 each, and we're going to award, or we're going to give out these gifts. There's the Arne Carlos book in there, right?
And some needles.
And there's needles. There's loads of fabulous needles from Prym that you can enjoy as well.
So this will be a gift for the winner in January.
And remember, the more entries you post, the more possibilities you have to win the competition.
And you can post pictures of more than one ball.
Oh yeah, every day, how many you want, as long as they are from the calendar, and as long as you're hashtagging sit and knit for a bit and hashtagging Arne Carlos, you are eligible for the competition anywhere in the world. We'll send it anywhere. So we're really, really looking forward to all those lovely pictures, and we're looking forward to selecting the winners in January. Okay, Arne, I think that it is time to leave all our friends, close down the Christmas headquarters, maybe let the little Christmas elves come in and tidy up a little, because it's already getting a little messy.
Yeah.
And we'll be back tomorrow with a new episode of the Christmas Countdown.
Yeah.
So remember to post, comment, tell us how you're preparing for Christmas. Give us a big like if you enjoyed the podcast. Subscribe because it's fun, and turn on your notifications.
Yeah. Then you won't miss an episode.
You won't miss an episode. Arne, is it time for you to hang the ball?
For me, I'm gonna put a mutton on the tree.
You're putting a mutton on the tree.
A mutton on the tree.
And we will be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Thank you so much for watching.
See you tomorrow.
Bye.